You're listening to Diamondback Radio, the Airsoft podcast you're somehow still subscribed to. Powered by Fuji and Airsoft. For the players, by the players. Drop your cocks, grab your socks. It's time to go. Diamondback Radio. How's it going, Airsofters? Welcome back to Diamondback Radio. Come on in and pull up a chair and listen in for your latest. This week, I've been out playing again. Yeah, I was at Wiener Fest. Yeah, something that you have to kind of explain twice where you've been. But to kind of bring you up to speed, it's a private game run by Team Floppy Wiener, a group of guys I met when BZ opened up their new store a couple of years ago. I was actually in the queue with them. There was a massive queue to get in. And yeah, I was chatting to these guys and they made me an honorary Wiener, so how's that? So yeah, this week I've been playing at Dirty Dog Airsoft, finally back on my home away from home site. And yes, I'm going to essentially make this entire episode centralised about Dirty Dog Airsoft and Floppy Wieners. So, gonna add a few new segments, boots on the ground, that's gonna be quite exciting. Gonna basically take the new hardware out with me so I can record things on site, do some little candid interviews with people, and yeah, pretty interesting stuff for those who want to know. Anyway, check this out.
Can you dig it? Dirty dog funk. Yeah, we getting down and dirty. Dirty dog funk. Ain't no time to be a flirt. Dirty dog funk. Lock and load, let the good times roll. Dirty dog funk. Lose your mind, lose your very soul. Creeping through the junkyard, rusty cars and tires.
Load up and lock in. It's time for Diamondback Radio.
Forgetting something? Don't worry, we've all been there. Everyone forgets something. Your keys, your anniversary, forgetting to pay off that guy who's been blackmailing you. But the only thing worse than all of that is showing up to an airsoft game with low battery. You know that feeling, where you're mid-game and suddenly your AEG just farts out. Don't be that dickhead. Charge your batteries. You remember the good old days, back when the internet was an honest and wholesome place. Remember a time before Bitcoin scams and influencers were just called douchebags? Diamondback Radio remembers. Diamondback Reviews, cutting through the bullshit, giving you some God-honest truth for once. Like the good old days. Alright, this week on reviews we'll be looking at Dirty Dog Airsoft in Shildon. So this is a place named after my heart because this is where I actually first played Airsoft. So it's where I cut my teeth, as it were. So let's dive straight in. So first of all, the place is massive. It's an ex-landfill site, so the terrain is very up and down. It can be quite unforgiving if you're not prepared for it, but definitely bring some nice, decent outdoor footwear. I mean, I always bring my Altbergs, because you need something that's going to go the distance. So as soon as you walk out, you've got the village to your left-hand side, and then for the more site-wide games, they're more to your right. But we'll talk about the village in a little while, because at the time of recording, I haven't seen the new village, so this is kind of based on the old one. But anyway, for the larger area of the site, you've got a couple of fortifications to try and take or defend. There's a French fort, a big hill forty type thing as well, some convoy type vehicles, some downed jeeps, really interesting stuff. A lot of spiky stuff as well, so some of the trees, they'll be a little bit spiky, so definitely bring some decent hardware and gloves. I've started using the Mechanics Fast Fit gloves, so they're a little bit more durable than what I was using. I was using, fucking Amazon special, so I had a leather sort of palm type of thing, but they just went straight through. So definitely get a pair of Mechanics. You can get them quite cheap. I got mine from BZ Tactical. Not sponsored by them, but that's just where I got them from, fairly cheap. And yeah, just really well-made gloves. I can see why airsofters and sort of special forces use them, because they are really well-made. But yeah, so as far as the actual terrain goes, like I said, it's very up and down, but because the site also doubles as a quad biking track for most of it, even if it's been fairly sunny, it'll still be muddy in areas, definitely in the village, but obviously bring some decent footwear. I mean, trainers, you'll probably just lose them straight away. Like I say, I always swear by Altbergs or some kind of outdoorsy boot or something that can be really cinched in so it's not going to detach from your foot. Ideally wear something with a full gusset. So with the Altbergs I got a full leather gusset, so nothing's getting in, and I have probably the driest feet I've ever had when I've been playing. So yeah, definitely worth picking a pair of them if you haven't already. But I think probably the best part of the site is the village, because it's forever improving. So it's essentially made out of shipping containers for the most part, and yeah, it has been expanded since I've last played, so I might add a little bit later on to let you know how that's gone. But it's multi-level, stairways going in, walkways, and a central courtyard. And yeah, it's just a really high-octane, close-knit environment. You do have a ridge that sort of goes all the way around the side, so if you're into your sniping, if you can get hunkered down there, then you're golden. I'd say definitely if you're defending the village, then that's the first place you'd want to be hunkered down in. I tried to take that position because we were on the attacking side, and I just could not get there. Last time I was playing, I was trying to do a bit of sniping, and it didn't quite pan out for me. So I tried to edge my way from the far corner of the site and sort of get through all the shrubbery and try and take the ridge. I almost got took out by a couple of rentals, but I kind of ducked back down a little bit, got my KWA out, popped them. It's mint, and then I thought, right, I'll try and sneak forward, and then there was this really experienced player that I didn't see. He popped me. I was like, I've just got up here, so I had to hunker all the way back down. I was knackered. So yeah, it does make you think, this site. It makes you sort of think tactically about things, because you can never always tell where the shots are coming from, because there's a lot of shrubbery. I'd definitely bring some, at least use 2.8s, because I found 2.5s, they don't quite pierce through the shrubbery. But as far as facilities go, pretty standard. So the toilets are decent, they work, they flush, and that's all you need for a toilet, really. I've got running water on site, so if you need to wash your hands, obviously there's like sinks in there and all that kind of good stuff. Most players will gear up from their cars. I've seen some guys bring gazebos, because obviously there's a fairly big parking area. But for the most part, they've got like a little bunker that you can get geared up in. They've got a little wood burner in there, so when it is cold out on a morning or through the day, that's where you'll probably find most players just kind of huddled together for warmth in between games. There's free teas and coffee on site, so usually first thing I do what I'll do is I'll get my gear, dump it somewhere, usually somewhere near the log burner. I'll sign myself in. There's little sign-in sheets for walk-ons, so you'll sign yourself in. I'll pay out all that, and then I'll head back, grab a coffee, and then get myself set up for the day. The shooting range is pretty decent, so there's a nice little sniper target further down, so if you're using your snipers, you can just aim for that, and got some more closer up for the assault and close quarters guys. So yeah, pretty decent range. They've got a good shop as well, so you'll find a lot of players, they'll just kind of sell their gear, so there'll be sort of like, I don't know, there's like a mag pouch and it'll have someone's name, price, and then obviously that's how they get their money kind of thing. So there's a lot of old stuff in there, like surplus gear if you need it. But they also sell some new items as well, so iPro and gas and BBs, all the essential stuff. And depending on what weekend it falls on, there'll be some guys outside in like the car parky bit where they'll just have their own gear to sell. So there's always like little market vendors on occasion. I mean, the last time, notably that I remember, there's a guy who goes over his missus, and he normally just kind of like sets up a gazebo and kind of sells gear and stuff. But this time around, he did like a really cool sort of like raffle type thing where every like ticket was a winner. So I think it was $2.50 a ticket, or you could get 10 for a five or something like that. I mean, I must have put about £20 or so into his hand, and I made off with so much gear. It was so fucking cool. So I ended up with a 90-litre Bergen, so I could fit everything in for a milsim if I needed to. So that's that sorted. What else did I get? I got that big roll of sniper tape, some paracord, some bungee like stuff, carabiners. I got some mess tins as well, but I've already got a set, so I gave them to one of our lads. He was doing his Duke of Edinburgh awards, so he now has some mess tins. So even if we do go out on like a weekend game, then he's got something to cook with. Speaking of food, the food on site's pretty good. I mean, it's cheap and cheerful. I mean, they do like hot dogs and that kind of thing, so they're fairly like inexpensive. I mean, I think they're about 50p a pop or something like that. I mean, they're pennies really. So that's what I normally get. I'll get like 2 hot dogs and a kind of Rockstar to kind of see us through. I do always bring water and things like that, but I don't have to worry about anything else there. I could just grab some snacks on site. Some snacks on site? Some snacks on site. Fucking hell, I can't even speak this morning. So yeah, that's all more or less cinched in. But yeah, so the price to get in, so I just do sort of like a 4-day walk on, so that's probably the only price I'm going to really like say for these ones, because I think that's what most like players will pay anywhere. You'll have your own gear anyway. But obviously they do have rental guns if you like want to start out. But yeah, so walk on site price is £25 for a full day or £15 for a half day. You do find a lot of half day players. Obviously people have lives or things to get back to, so the morning's always quite busy and the afternoon kind of peters off. But yeah, I'm usually there all day, and yeah, you get a full day's worth of games out of it. And what they'll do is they'll do 2 site-wide games and a village game at least, break for lunch, and then switch it up, and then reverse the teams around. Hang on, their wife's been trying to ring us. Let's get her on the line.
Welcome to the O2 messaging service.
That's a pity. You could have won a fucking prize there. Anyway, so to recap, massive site, decent facilities, good food, good price, for like walk on. Definitely bring some decent footwear, pack some 2/8s. Definitely change your clothes because you will get muddy, like especially in the colder and wetter months. And depending on when you go, some decent vendors there as well. So I would rate this site a solid 8.5 mags out of 10. I'd recommend that site to anyone who wants to give it a go. But anyway, we'll be back right after this.
Floppy wieners running wild in the sun. Airsoft team locked and loaded for fun. Cool hats tilted, shades blocking the glare. Swagger like they just don't care. Floppy wieners, shooting dreams and chasing demeanors. Cool hats flying in the air. Floppy wieners everywhere. Quick draw moves, they're slick with aim. Every shot's a legend, the change in the game. Hats with feathers, pins that shine. Floppy wieners walk in the line. Bang, bang, echoes through the hills. Floppy wieners chasing thrills. Floppy wieners, shooting dreams and chasing demeanors. Cool hats flying in the air. Floppy wieners everywhere. Rubber propellers, ricochet vibes, hats tip low, taking on tribes. Floppy wieners, kings of the field. Cool hats, their ultimate shield. Floppy wieners, shooting dreams and chasing demeanors. Cool hats flying in the air. Floppy wieners everywhere. Everywhere.
Ready for your close-up? Diamondback Spotlight. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm at Dirty Dog Airsoft with Graham of Floppy Wiener Airsoft. Graham, how we doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, great stuff. So I've got to ask, obviously for my all of 10 listeners listening in, where did Floppy Wieners come from? And with the hats, is it a tactical choice or for style points?
I think for your first one, so Team Floppy Wiener came from just 3 lads who started playing airsoft, formed a team. We're all South Park fans. And South Park, one of the episodes had a Team Floppy Wiener, so we thought we'd nick it. You know, we didn't think we'd get any cease and desist letters, which we haven't, not yet.
Yeah.
So we took that and we ran with it. With the cowboy hats, I think it was just a style choice, to be honest.
Yeah.
We wanted something to say, look, we were a bit different than, you know, with all the tactical gear. We just thought we'd done cowboy hats.
Yeah. Excellent stuff. So, have you actually lost a hat mid-game?
Oh, yes, loads of times. I've had to buy new hats because they've gone in puddles.
Yeah.
And they've just absolutely lost the shape. But yeah, definitely lost a few hats.
I was going to say, I've lost mine a few times as well. Mainly on branches, to be fair. Like, you just don't see them coming.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. It always gets latched on a branch. And then,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm bald as well, so then it just shows me bald head and... then they shoot at us.
I'll say no more. I mean, I'm also a follically challenged gentleman, so feel your pain there, though. So yeah, let's be honest, though. Who has the best hat and who's just pretending?
I would say I've got the best hat. I would say that, to be honest,
of course you would.
it's just fully black.
Yeah.
And black's my favourite colour. I'm blonde in black today.
Yeah.
And I think I've got the best hat.
Cool. So, which of your teammates spends the most time sort of preening the gear instead of actually playing the game?
I'd probably say me as well.
Right.
I think I'm all for the style of it, for how I look and how I, you know, and then I think about how I play later.
Yeah. Excellent stuff. So where does your team sort of like forte lie? Is it more woodland, CQB, or like an urban environment, or are you kind of like an all-rounder?
I think we're a bit of an all-rounder. We've got a lot of, I think we're about a 16-man team now. So we've got a lot of experience. We've got some actually ex-military team people in there as well.
Right.
RAF, ex-army. I think we've got a current army person in there.
Yeah.
We've got a Navy. So we've got an all-round basic knowledge of. But I think for me personally, I'm more Woodlands than CQB.
Yeah, that's it's more like places sort of like you could duck and weave, and I imagine as well, and kind of get like hunkered down and stuff.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. So, what's your biggest sort of pet peeve in a game? Any kind of like niggling issues that crop up?
Can I say all the gear and no idea?
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, it's just the ones that are all donned in the technical gear, the helmets, the nods, everything, but the steer back.
Yeah.
And they stay well back, and you don't. You see them getting ready, you see them getting all the gear together, but then you don't actually see them on the field.
Well, that's it. I mean, I don't get the whole thing with like nods in like a daytime game. Yeah. You know, it's like wearing shades at night, so it's like not the best.
I like looking good, but also being up front and being vocal as well.
Oh, absolutely. So, who's your team's designated grenade thrower, and who just shouldn't be trusted?
Well, I think the designated grenade thrower, I don't think we've got one. I think who shouldn't be trusted? All of us.
Yeah.
Purely because we don't hit the right target or we hit a doorway like what I've done today. It's absolutely muddy out there. So I've chucked one of my grenades. I hit the doorway, didn't hit the intended target, and it went straight into a puddle.
Yeah.
Now I use these impact grenades, so basically that's that grenade done for the day. So, I don't think we have a designated one, but we all really shouldn't be trusted with it.
It's kind of like hell divers, isn't it, I suppose? Can't trust you with scissors. Excellent stuff. So, on average, how many times does someone say good day, mate, to you with all the Australian hats?
No, none really, but we do get a lot of looks.
Right.
We do get a lot of looks when we walk out. And sometimes I get a bit paranoid and think what they're doing,
Yeah.
But no one's ever said that, but we do get a lot of looks.
I was going to say, I had it a few times with the callers like Crocodile Dundee and all that. And it's like,
I've been called Undertaker.
Right.
Off the WWE wrestler.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Ah, well, excellent stuff. So, what's the biggest thing you've actually learned as a team?
So we're all the founders of Team Floppy. There's three of us. There's me, there's Stu Rochester, and there's Stu Coulter. And we basically were all old school friends.
Yeah.
Two of us had some cadet experience when we were fairly young.
Yeah.
So we've all got that basically rounded knowledge, experience. But it was actually Stu Rochester who brought us two into the hobby. And so my wife could blame him.
Yep, excellent stuff. So, you got any goals for next season? Any collaborations that you want to get on with? Or?
I bought at the beginning of this year. I bought an MTW, and I went to HPA.
Yeah.
So that was a learning curve. A lot of issues then sorted, but not a lot of knowledge gained at HPA. So I'm looking to basically upgrade a few things on my HPA, my MTW. I'm definitely wanting a lighter tank because that's killing me back at the moment. And a few upgrades for the MTW. So I think that's going to be my goals for next year.
Yeah. Cool. And we'll close off with any words of wisdom for like a new player wanting to start the hobby?
I think don't do what I did, is went in and just spent a load of money. Play a few games rental-wise, pay the costs because you might not like it. Don't cheap out. One thing I definitely tell people is don't cheap out on iPro and Face Pro because you've only got two sets of eyes. You've only got two eyes, and your teeth can be shut out. I didn't wear Face Pro in my first couple of games, and I got shot straight between the teeth. Luckily, I didn't lose anything, but it was there.
Well, that's it.
But I think definitely don't cheap out on your protection.
Absolutely. You can replace teeth but not eyes.
Exactly. And get a good pair of boots as well.
Yeah.
Because I think that's definitely the things. All the other stuff can come as the time goes on. If you get into the hobby more. You can then look at where I'm at the moment with the HPA, £1,000 guns. But I think definitely don't cheap out, but have fun.
Yep.
Go in with an open mind. Go in there's people that's probably going to be a bit annoyed at you because you shot them.
Yeah.
Let that go over your head.
Yeah, that's it. Excellent stuff. So halfway through Wiener Fest, so I'm going to be are we changing sides of? Obviously, we've done 2 big games so far.
We had 2 big games. So we've had 3 games. So where I think my team has won 1, we've lost 1, and we've won 1. So we're 2-1 at the moment. We're going out into the field in the next couple of minutes.
Yep.
And it's going to be a good game. I think we're fighting over a nuclear bomb.
Oh, brilliant stuff.
So Yeah, I'll be pushing the team forward. I'm team leader of one of my teams. Looking forward.
Yep, I'll let you crack on and we'll see you in the field.
Nice one.
Right, cheers, matey. Thank you very much.
Hey, this is post-production Outlander right now. So yeah, sorry about the audio on this one. I'm still working out the kinks. So Graham, sorry buddy. I shall do better next time. Yeah, I think what's happened is my phone case has probably blocked a bit of the microphone. So maybe try it next time and see if it works. Hope you like going commando. It's time to debrief. Alright guys, so Wienerfest is done for the day. Just got back to dump on me kit and start recording this. So, while it's fresh in my mind, here's the debrief. So if this is the one game day that's going to see my year out, then I'm glad it was this one because, my God, it was such a fucking delight. I mean, we had about 24 players total, so it was quite cosy, but it wasn't too much. It was just the right amount of players. Game-wise, really good. Made great use of the surroundings, so did 2 big site-wide games in the morning, then off to the village, so kind of similar to how Dirty Dog does it on a Sunday, but it was slightly different. So there was one game where we had to get to like a nuke, so there was like a little laptop that we had to acquire, and then the launch codes were in the village, so we had to sort of A, find the laptop, and B, get it to the village, get the codes, hit the button, and win the game. We actually won a fair few games on our team. We did lose a few, but it didn't feel bad to lose. There were some really good players out there. There were a couple of rentals as well, so they really enjoyed themselves. First time players and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, really good time out. The weather held off as well, so like I say, it's been raining most of the week, so it's like been very boggy in places, but it's not been too bad. It hasn't rained, so that's definitely a positive. I mean, the village is coming on really well as well, so they've kind of extended out like one side of it, so it's kind of like the side nearest to as you walk in. That's the best way to describe it, really. But what they've done so far is they've kind of arranged some double stack containers, and the plan is they're going to kind of make some little walkways, put some windows in there and stuff, so they're going to see how that pans out. But it is taking shape, and it's looking really, really nice. Can't wait till it's finished. One thing I have learnt though, so the Pattern 83 rig, really good to use. I did have the little patch on that bit of Velcro, which I did think I thought I lost it in the first game because it just wasn't there anymore. So I was like, right, oh fucking hell, I was like, where's that gone, kind of thing. And then I only found it a couple of games later. It was kind of like behind like the rig where the map pouch is. So God knows how it ended up there. And yeah, so one thing I've learned from that is to not put too many patches on myself. So I'm going to strip that back a little bit. Speaking of patches, kind of got team killed because it was probably my own fault for having such a bright coloured patch on. But with the bands for this time around, they're usually green when you go to Dirty Dog on a regular Sunday game. But for these ones, we had blue. So we were non-banded. The other team had blue bands on. But because I had my damn back division patch on, which is a bright blue, at a distance it looked like I was on the other team, so that's kind of on me. So after that I just took that patch off and just kind of ran about, and yeah, pretty much that. Also, first time for everything, I actually came back not totally aching. Like, this is weird for me. I had a few moments though where I got a bit out of breath because there was a couple of capture the flag tattoo games and I was kind of running back and forth. There was one flag in sort of like the main courtyard that I was kind of looking at for ages, and I was like just trying to like edge my way across, and like I finally grabbed it. I kind of just like hollered ass back to the like spawn point to get that flag in there. So yeah. Also with the KWA, this is probably because it's that time of year where it's getting a bit colder, but I was getting a few moments where I was getting a few shots off and it was just venting gas out. I noticed this when I got my Makarov. I'll probably mention this in another review at some point, but long story short, I'm using red gas, so it doesn't, even though it's meant to be like a winter gas, it doesn't like the cold, which is weird. But yeah, so after a couple of shots, it was just venting out gas. So in the end, what I ended up doing was I just kind of put all my mags in like a pocket. So get a little bit of body heat. That kind of did the job for us. Because when they're in my range belt, obviously they're kind of like exposed to the wind and stuff a little bit, so that's probably what happened. But knowing my luck, I took it to the range afterwards and they were totally fine. So yeah, that's just my dumb luck, really. But on the whole, cracking game with cracking people, so would happily go again. But anyway, guys, that'll do it for this episode of Diamondback Radio, but do check back in with us soon, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to Diamondback Radio. We'll see you on the next one.